everyone, and welcome back to a brand new art challenge video. Today I decided to tackle something a little different. Inspired by all the artists that I see transform Pokemon into humans, I thought it might be a fun idea to expand the net of fictional characters that could be transformed into an alternative human or animal form. So I got my followers on Twitter and Instagram to throw a few character names my way, and using a random choice generator, Meeko from Disney's Pocahontas was character number 1, and Deadpool was character number 2. It was kind of great that I ended up with one human and one animal to work with. Gotta keep the challenge factor turned up now, don't we? So Meeko was first, and taking into account what we know of his character from the first movie, he's a cheeky bundle of mischief, not mature enough to be an adult, but not so childish that he could be a primary school kid. So going down the path with a teenage Meeko in mind, I experimented with different ways to bring the variations in his color into his human look. Starting off with how I might incorporate the dark mask-like markings around a raccoon's eyes, I debated giving him tattoos or even a superhero mask for a moment, but then I wondered if I wanted to make him a light-hearted urban guy, if I could incorporate the markings as a pair of fancy sunglasses instead. I played around with a few different ideas, but ultimately I ended up with a fun helmet visor reminiscent design. From there, the use of black tight fit gloves was a given, but I also hummed and hawed about going really urban with his overall look and giving him a baggy hoodie and pants. The hoodie idea came about to help echo the football-like silhouette of Meeko's head, but then I got curious enough to experiment with the shape of his hair instead, to have it short in the front and a little longer and flared out at the back behind his ears. Rough overall concept for him in mind, I dived into DesignDoll to set up a laid-back but cheeky pose for his base. I definitely wanted him to hide his hand in his hoodie, but with his other hand I debated having him bite his finger in a kind of side-eye, I didn't do nothing kind of way. But that kind of gave me a pin-up vibe too much for my taste. So instead I played with the idea that he had just been caught with his hand in a metaphorical cookie jar, and instead was brushing his hand through his hair in a kind of embarrassed faux innocence demeanor with just a hint of "I'm good looking enough to try and get away with this" flavor, which I think all came across rather nicely. Sketching down Meeko's human character, I was so happy with how his hoodie came out. It actually looked like a hoodie. It's not often I'm happy with the placement of folds in clothing. The more tight fit, the easier it is for me to draw. But that wouldn't have suited the look I was aiming for. Then I added a bit more of a summer casual vibe to his outfit by ditching the baggy pants idea and giving him a pair of beach shorts and sneakers instead. Now, I'm not known for my outfit designing skills, so once he was all inked and ready to color, I knew I wanted to echo the original Meeko's color scheme, but not so much that he didn't look human. So the black gloves were used, but then I also used a stripe pattern on his shorts to replicate his tail. While in the end his hair started off as a grey-black, I decided to change it out for a dark brown to suit the skin tone I chose in favor of appearing closer to Pocahontas's rather than an average Caucasian pale. Now it was Deadpool's turn, and ironically, given Deadpool's whole look and personality, I felt that our raccoon counterpart would be nothing but perfect for him. I swear I did not plan this ahead of time. My mind just thought that that match was too good to pass up. He kind of came together as a raccoon so easily as I roughly sketched up a concept, taking note of his movie design, but also a few comic book design variants as references. So the must-includes were a sword, the Deadpool belt and buckle with a few ammo and item pouches, but then also, of course, the iconic black eye patches. You see now why the raccoon was perfect, right? Concept down, I wanted to communicate a bit of strength but also sass, like a few of the reference images I came across of comic Deadpool. Arms crossed, head tilted, and the chest puffed up. Off the top of my head, I've never drawn a raccoon before, let alone a raccoon that had so much human personality to it, so I was stoked with how well he was coming across. I decided to go for an all-over bodysuit instead of a red and black fur raccoon, as I felt that that came across as a better concept. Not that a raccoon that looks like it had a red panda mummy wouldn't have been awesome, but I felt that that wouldn't have been, and I know this is a kind of a redundant thing to say, realistic enough concept considering the route I took with human Meeko. Overall, these two characters were a blast to transform. I have a bunch of other characters I could change in the future, so let me know what you thought about this challenge. Would you like to see more character transformations? Perhaps you even have a character you want me to add to the list. Leave your comments and character ideas below. Thanks for watching everyone. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to flick that like button or leave a comment below. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. I upload every fortnight, and feel free to check out some of my other videos in the meantime. See ya!